when you introduced Article 35A, you are taking away three fundamental rights. Article 35A, which creates an exception in three areas. Employment under the state government. 2. Acquisition of immovable property. 3. Settlement in the state. 35A directly took away that fundamental right and granted immunity to any challenge on the ground that it would deprive you of a fundamental right which is protected by 16. Power of judicial review was taken away.
The people were convinced by those, my lord, who were supposed to guide them that this is not a hindrance in your progress. This is your privilege. You fight. Nobody can take away 370 from you. That is the most unfortunate part.
Article 35A, which creates an exception in three areas. Employment under the state government. 2. Acquisition of immovable property. 3. Settlement in the state. Leave aside scholarships. When you introduced Article 35A, you are taking away three fundamental rights. 16(1), 19,
14.
and 16(1). Then you are taking away the right to acquire immovable property, which then was a fundamental right under 19(1)(f), Article 31. And third, settlement in the state, which is a fundamental right under 19(1)(e).
Right.
So, though the Constitution expressly made the provisions of Article 19 applicable, which would include these three rights, and Article 16, by enacting 35A, you virtually took away the fundamental rights.
Employment is also right to life.
Right, but there's a direct right under 16(1).
No, employment is a separate right and would fall within separate category of right to life.
No, that itself was not taken away. What was taken away was employment under the state government. Because what 35A did was, it says conferring on such permanent residents any special rights and privileges or imposing upon any other persons, any restrictions. So it does both things. You can give special rights to residents and you can take away that right insofar as non-residents are concerned. Employment under the state government is expressly covered by Article 16(1), because 16(1) says there shall be equality of opportunity for all citizens in matters relating to employment under the state. That includes the union as well as the states. So while on the one hand Article 16(1) was preserved, 35A directly took away that fundamental right and granted immunity to any challenge on the ground that it would deprive you of a fundamental right which is protected by 16. Likewise 19 recognizes the right to reside, settle in any part of the country,
right to acquire property.
So all three fundamental rights were essentially taken away by 35A, which was brought in by CO 48.
It continued till 2019.
Power of judicial review was taken away.
Judicial review was taken. So it is beyond 9th schedule, almost put at par, beyond 9th schedule also. And this continued till 2019. Therefore, my lord, I am respectfully urging that please look at the matter from the point of view of people of Jammu and Kashmir. Something which is impugned before your lordship is a constitutional exercise of power which confers fundamental rights, which applies the entire constitution, which brings the Jammu and Kashmir people at par with their rest of brothers and sisters, and Lord applies all laws which are welfare legislations, and I have the list which was not applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. And the very unfortunate part is, and this is really, my lord, a troubling part, that till now the people were convinced by those, my lord, who were supposed to guide them that this is not a hindrance in your progress. This is your privilege. You fight. Nobody can take away 370 from you. That is the most unfortunate part. And your lordships have, my lord, at least two major political, I'm not being political, major political parties before your lordships defending 370, including 35A.